This is not a dream. We are using your preferred podcast provider as a receiver.
Hello and welcome to Live from Manchester Morgue, where we pick a couple of films that we think would make for a great double bill, and we tell you about them because we like films. Tonight, we're not folking about our weekend.
Oh, Jesus, this is going to be at the beginning of every episode.
Well, you know, try and make them laugh in the first 10 seconds. You've got a fan for life, haven't you?
Make them laugh.
Exactly. Anyway, so yeah, we've got some sort of pseudo folk horrors for you this week. We're going to cover Clive Barker's, well, it's George Pavlou's, isn't it? Rawhead Rex. Pavlou. Don't know. George's Rawhead Rex and Ken Russell's Lair of the White Worm.
So I make a bunch of notes about why they're shared links that I can say at the beginning.
Oh yeah.
And I've got a bunch, but I'm just not going to say them because my last two bullet points are dicks and folklore. And I'm just going to leave it at that. Because the more
There's going to be a lot of cock talk in this episode.
Rewatching the films and the more I researched into it, I'm like, yeah, it's just both about dick.
It's going to be cocktacular, if you will. So, right, if you enjoy the show, please leave us some feedback. You can do that by rating the show somewhere like Spotify or Apple Music. Leave us a comment. We like comments on social media or wherever you listen to it. There's usually a comment thing you can turn to.
Unless you're going to tell us we got something wrong, in which case we don't care.
Yeah, we're not interested in that, thank you. So we have got some feedback this time.
Oh, great.
Which I've not shared with you yet, Ken. So I've just spent the day redecorating my son's bedroom. I'm paraphrasing slightly here so as to protect identities.
Okay.
I've just spent the day redecorating my son's bedroom and listening to the podcast. Just finished episode 4 and I think it's great.
What are we doing for?
I can't remember. But...
I mean, it doesn't matter. The compliment is taken. I'm just wondering.
Yeah, I can't remember which episode 4 was, but that was from Tez. Thanks, Tez. We think you're great.
Yeah.
What did we do in episode 4?
I don't know.
Well, I'm recording on my phone, so I can't look. It might mess up the recording.
You mean we're not recording on a really expensive...
in a booth.
In a studio.
Sound booth.
Yeah. In one of them special studios that they've got, like the warehouse places that have got a booth just for...
Yeah, where you have to wear headphones and that.
Yeah.
No, because we're not professional at all.
Yeah.
Right. What have you watched this week? I watched something new on Shudder, but I'll let you go
I've
first.
watched loads. So do you want to go first?
Well, I've only got like one thing. So all right. Daddy's Head.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it's all right, yeah.
Yeah, I watched that. That's the alien comes down and... Well, is that a spoiler?
You don't know what it is, I don't think.
Is it meant to be an alien?
I don't know. There's a grieving mum or stepmother of a kid. The dad dies at the beginning, which is not a spoiler. I think that's in the synopsis of the film when you look it up.
Yeah.
And they get menaced by this entity thing. I don't think it's ever defined what it is.
No, you're right. I don't know why I'm thinking it was an alien.
I mean, it might have been an alien.
But it's very cool. Like, it pretends to be the dad, and at night time it speaks to the kid.
Scary, like, guttural version of the dad's voice and stuff. It's quite creepy. It was quite
really
effectively
cool
done.
imagery in that film.
The creature thing itself looked really cool. So that was me. That's on Shudder if you want to watch it. Daddy's Head. British film as well.
Yeah.
And then I watched the first 2 episodes of Alien Earth.
Oh, God, it's so good.
Yeah, I'm enjoying that.
It's so very, very good.
Greatly enjoying that. That's on Disney Plus.
Yeah, I think we won't talk about spoilers because it's very, very new.
Well, episode 3's out today and I haven't even watched it yet, so...
No, it's fantastic if you're an Alien fan. It's fantastic if you're a sci-fi fan. It's just great.
I did read there was some guy complaining about it on social media. Imagine that. And he said he turned it off because when he realised that the first 10 minutes or whatever is almost a shot-for-shot remake of Alien. I thought, do you have any idea that that's intentional? That's what you call an homage. They didn't just rip it off and remake the first scenes. It's supposed to be like that. That's like turning it off because it's got an alien in it.
Imagine turning it off at that and missing tyres from space in space.
Yeah. Tyres from space in space. There you go. If there's no other reason to watch it, there is one there.
Yeah.
Go on, what did you watch then?
So I watched loads. Let's go from most recent. I'm literally scrolling through my letterbox right now because I'm so old and decrepit that I forget what I've watched.
You watch a shitload more than me just generally.
So
I watched Daddy's Head because I thought I'm letting the side down when we do this what have you watched bit by not watching anything. So I thought I better watch something new so I can talk about it.
Well, it's not really new. Come on.
It's newish. It's new to me.
Okay. I watched a film called 40 Acres, which is kind of a post-apocalyptic cannibal film.
All right, that sounds fun.
It's a family kind of trying to survive,
Cheerful.
but like it's set in a time when all animals have died out and basically the world survives on agriculture. So people have these farmsteads and they get attacked by like raiders, and basically this family of kind of it's your usual post-apocalyptic. It's about society. It's very post-pandemic sort of Trump era film. But there's like gnarly cannibals in it, and we don't get a lot of cannibal films in. It's bit of action,
good ones. No,
bit of action, bit of cannibal horror. It was really good. I watched Together about the couple. That go to a place and they may or may not be drawn together as a couple. That was good. It had a lot of logical gaps for me. It gets wrapped up a bit too simply, but it's quite effective. There's some good body horror in it. All
right, cool. I like Alison Brie too. She was really good in Glow.
Alison Brie's great. I like Dave Franco as well. He's the good Franco brother. We don't talk about the other one. I watched a shit film.
Oh no!
So A24's Death of a Unicorn.
Death of a Unicorn. Shit, is it? You heard it here first.
Yeah. I gave it a watch because I'll give any A24 film a watch, and it's got a banging cast. It's got like Taya Leone, Paul Rudd, Jenna Ortega, Will Poulter, Richard E. Grant.
That sounds like it can't go wrong, really.
Yeah, exactly. But it's basically one half of it is unicorns are real and they're monsters, and they come after these people. So it's a monster film, but it's not a very good monster film with shitty effects.
Okay.
And the other half is rich people are self-absorbed knobheads, and it's like, well, we kind of know that. So it's not a really funny kind of satire in that sense, and it's not a really good monster film. So together, it's like not a very good film.
Okay.
And then I watched, one special mention for maybe horror adjacent. I watched an anthology film called Freaky Tales.
Okay. Not Freaky Fairy Tales, the 80s one, which I've seen.
Well, it's called Freaky Tales, and it's very 80s. It's very 80s grindhouse aesthetic.
Oh, okay.
Really good. Pedro Pascal's in it. Tom Hanks has a cameo in it.
Hanks in a grindhousey type.
He has a very cool cameo as a video store geek, as one of us.
All right, cool.
It's very good, well worth a watch. But the big film,
I think it goes without saying, to be honest, that Pedro Pascal's in it. He's in fucking everything.
Yeah,
never leaves. Sorry, go on.
The big film that I've watched is, of course, Weapons.
Oh yeah. Nothing but good things I've heard, but I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, Weapons. It's getting a bit of a backlash at the moment because I think it's very kind of social media's been all this is the greatest film ever made about it, and people tend to not like that.
Yeah.
But the truth of it is, it's a phenomenal horror film. It's a lot of fun. It's one of the most fun horror films made this year, without a doubt, and everyone should go and see it.
What did he do, Craiger, before? Barbarian,
which is also
was
amazing.
Great. Yeah, I really enjoyed Barbarian.
No spoilers, but Weapons is another one of those films where you by the big reveal, you think it could be going in 10 different directions, and it goes in a completely different direction.
That's the best kind. Right,
yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm up for that. Sounds good.
So yeah, I watched all those things.
All right, well done. That's shown me up, hasn't it, with my one poxy film? Thanks, Ken.
Yeah.
I tell you, just on a wastelandy post-apocalyptic note, I have just started watching season 2 of The Last of Us.
Oh, great.
Which is good so far.
Pedro Pascal's in that, you know.
He is in that, unsurprisingly. Fuckers everywhere. I'm only on episode 2, so I won't say anything further about that.
It's as a fan of the games, I like it.
I haven't played the games.
People don't like it, I like it.
People don't like anything that's not identical to whatever the source material is, though, do they? That's the problem with people. I
had a good time this time. I didn't do it for the first one, but for watching Last of Us 2, I played Last of Us 2 alongside it. Right. And that was a good experience.
Oh, yeah, I bet that was fun.
Yeah.
Right, we've nearly spent 10 minutes waffling on about fuck all.
Because I watch all the films.
Right, just wanted to give a quick shout out to a podcast I was listening to the other day.
Yeah.
Don't normally do this because I don't listen to a whole lot of podcasts. But they basically exclusively do kind of what we do, but they talk about just folk horror films.
Oh, great.
It's called Folk in Hell.
Folk in Hell.
Folk in Hell, what a great name. Yeah, that was quite fun. I've only listened to one because I've only seen one of the films they talked about so far, which was In the Company of Wolves.
Oh, what film.
And they do a great analysis about it. They have their own rules as to what constitutes a folk horror.
Which we spoke about a bit, didn't we?
We did. In a previous life, we had another show, and we did a folk horror thing on what constitutes that. They have their own rules for this that they adhere to. doesn't have to be our rules for folk horror, but what they said was, isolated community, the horror has to spring from the earth in some way, perhaps not literally, but be of the earth. And it overall has to echo older folkloric times, which, no issues with any of those.
Which both these films do.
We did. Well, the reason I bring it up is because I was going to say tweeted, but it was on Blue Sky. I blue skied.
But you skied it.
Andy, who runs the show, I believe, and said, what do you think about these two? And he agrees they are broadly folk horror films.
Ah, great.
So check out Folk in Hell if you like folk horror films. They're very knowledgeable on the subject.
I will listen. I will follow.
It's like more obscure things than I'm used to as well. So there'll be stuff that you've seen in there that I haven't, that you'll probably relate to a bit better.
You say they're on Blue Sky?
They are on Blue Sky. Folk in Hell on on Blue Sky. Yeah.
Can we say skied it?
Skied it.
Because I have
people say skeeted it because it's like tweeted, but sky.
No,
I don't know.
like that.
I don't like any of the terminology.
Skied it gives me fond memories of when you kick a ball too far when you're a kid. Skied it,
mate, you dickhead. All right, skied it then. Okay, so I've not got many comments this week. However, someone on Blue Sky said, this was Profound Underdog, said, Lair of the White Worm is delightfully bonkers. That will be a treat. This is when I announced that we were going to talk about that particular film. So I hope you're listening. Hope you enjoy it. So on to the cockorama that is the two films.
We're not forcing this. So you would think that as kind of adolescently minded males, we would want to talk about cock all the time. But these two films are genuinely meant to be about dick.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of
we do it
phallic imagery and such.
So Rawhead Rex, directed by George Pavlou.
I've got a really good bit of trivia about this. Can I jump in with that?
You jump in with the trivia before I've even said the full, director.
I'm so excited about this trivia.
1986, go.
All right. So, directed by George Pavlou and written by Clive Barker, who previously collaborated together on Transmutations, aka Underworld.
Underworld, I had that in my notes,
Right. So the score for that film, Transmutations, was done by a band called Früher.
Yeah.
As in German. I don't know what it means in German, but the German word Früher. Right?
Yeah.
They later became the band Underworld, who did Born Slippy on Trainspotting. Yeah, they scored a film called Underworld and then ended up being called Underworld.
That's amazing.
Isn't that great trivia? You see why I had to jump straight in with that?
That's genuinely good trivia.
All right.
That's blown away my trivia from the last few episodes. That
I was very happy to discover that. I was really happy about it.
Very cool.
So there you go.
So after that bombshell,
how do you top that? How do you follow that one?
So Rawhead Rex. So it's based on a short story from the anthology series Books of Blood.
Yes.
So
Excuse me.
A few volumes of that released from 1984 to 1995. This is from volume 3. In the story, Rawhead Rex is described as a giant phallus with teeth. So just to get that out of the way early,
we're not making it up. This is Clive.
So it's based on a folktale, which I didn't know previously. So it's based on the story of Rawhead and the Bloody Bones.
Rawhead and Bloody Bones, yes.
Yeah, an old folktale about monsters that would come and steal kids and take them to their filthy cave.
Yep.
I think it's evolved over time. I think it made it from Britain to America at one point, and it's evolved. Sometimes it's just Rawhead is the monster. Sometimes it's Bloody Bones.
Yeah, they're not always a pair. Yeah, I've done my research on them for previous things, but yeah. You're absolutely right.
It's the first of Barker's printed stories to be adapted. I think Underworld was a script. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I don't know.
So it's the first of Barker's printed stories, and as we will find out, it was so fucking poorly handled that it would lead to him wanting to take full creative control of his next project, which was
Hellraiser.
Yeah. So what is Rawhead Rex? So in the short story, it's a lot of things that Barker likes to do. It's kind of subversion of gender norms. It's a very queer film. It's about and it's an exploration of religious ideology, exploration of folklore. Mm-hmm. So that's what it is. What the film is a really shit monster movie.
Essentially, yes. Right down to this absolutely random and unnecessary nudity.
Unnecessary nudity, yes.
Yeah. There's a bit where he pulls a woman out of a window and her dress rips off and you see her boobs. It's like there's no reason for it. Just someone wanted to throw in some boobs.
Yeah. So at the studio, I forget the name. I thought I had it in my notes, but basically the studio.
It was on Vestron Video.
That's it. I think Vestron was the key financier. So like that, yeah. So they changed almost everything. They cut it to pieces. They changed Barker's script.
Put the boobs in, probably.
Put the boobs in. Absolutely ruined the monster. So Barker did want the movie monster to look how he described it, like a big dick. And he looks like Rawhead Rex looks like, the lead singer of like a shit metal band that plays in basements.
Yeah, he's just a big lad, isn't he?
And he's got like a belt.
Yeah.
Why is he wearing a belt?
I don't know. He doesn't need a belt.
Because you find out later in the film that he's some sort of like mythical avatar of evil that was like imprisoned centuries before.
Yeah.
But he's wearing a belt.
Why would he be clothed?
And he's got a leather jacket on.
He does have a leather. Fucking hell.
So basically, it's shot and based in County Wicklow in Ireland.
Oh, yes.
One of the main reasons that the film was such an absolute fucking shit show was when they were filming, they had a historic bout of inclement weather, which kind of ruined shooting.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
In the British Isles.
Imagine. A monster is uncovered with a giant dick statue.
Literally uncovered, right? Because I wrote this in my notes, because it's basically like the beginning of the Blood on Satan's Claw.
Yeah.
It's like they use a tractor. Obviously, they don't have a tractor in the Blood on Satan's Claw because they weren't invented in those times.
True.
It's a plough, and he uncovers whatever the creature is in that. And this one, they use a tractor to pull the stone down, which unearths Rawhead Rex himself.
Which is a giant dick.
Yeah, the stone is a big dick, yes.
Yeah, the stone is a big dick, and when it falls over, there's a deliberate camera shot where it looks like an erect penis.
And yeah, he doesn't fuck about. He turns up really quickly, does Rawhead Rex.
It's a short film.
Yeah. Shortly after being resurrected or unearthed, he trashes someone's kitchen.
Yeah,
which isn't very helpful.
He's just a bit of a knobhead.
Yeah, he goes in and he keeps watching him just traipsing about this kitchen, breaking all the eggs and that.
Yeah.
So what's he done that for?
Yeah.
There's no one in the kitchen. He's not terrorising it. There's someone upstairs, but he's not really doing anything, just being angry.
He doesn't really have... Yeah, I guess, as I was watching it now, knowing about like the content of the short story and Barker's kind of general what he likes to do, I kind of saw Rawhead as like, masculinity, like rampant, run rampant.
Well, it is because he's sort of ultimately defeated by a shield and a gig, like a female fertility statue.
It is a female fertility statue. Yeah, I thought it was. Yeah, and a woman. It has to be a woman.
Yeah, a woman did it. Yes, a woman killed him.
But yeah, so he goes about and he destroys a bunch of stuff, and he turns. Both these films have like kind of zombie variants in them. So he makes the one.
Yeah, like kind of vampire slaves, aren't they? In a way.
Yeah,
like they're kind of enthralled to him.
Yeah, and then. At the same time, we've got this kind of history of the defeat of Rawhead, which is in this stained glass window in this church.
A really cool stained glass window.
Really cool stained glass window, yeah. And then the priest in the church, and there's a altar that contains the fertility statue, and the priest gets possessed. Yeah. And then he later gets jizzed on.
Is he jizzed on or pissed on?
He's literally jizzed on. It's white liquid.
Oh, Christ.
So he becomes enthralled to Rawhead. He's who's the guy in Ghostbusters 2 that gets like possessed by the ego painting?
Yeah.
He's kind of like that. And at one point he goes out and gets like anointed. He gets like blessed by Rawhead, who literally stands with his hands on his waist like he's getting a blowjob.
Oh, God.
And then spaffs all over this.
I wasn't sure when I watched it whether it was that I was supposed to be symbolically pissing on him, but I'll take your word for it. I mean, there's a lot of cock involved.
What do you think?
Well,
it's open to interpretation.
Well, I'll go with jizz.
But yeah, so there's a lot of things going on in here.
So that we've missed out the subplot here of the American photographer, historian guy and his family.
I mean, it's meant to be the main plot, really.
Well, it is, yeah. But I mean, is there any plot really?
No
discernible plot.
So we've got this American photographer, and he's like come into it, and he's the one that like it's your typical monster movie where it's the small town people don't believe it, even though it's literally causing chaos, literally killing people. And the cops are
breaking the eggs.
Yeah, the cops are like, "What are you talking about, you weirdo? There's no monster."
Yeah, they just don't believe him, as in true shitty horror film fashion.
And then it appears that he doesn't even believe himself, because halfway through the film he leaves his young children alone in the car.
In a car.
When moments before he's seen a giant mythical monster.
Yeah, well, he's not sure, is he? Because I think they mistake it for a scarecrow. In fact, it is a scarecrow.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he's literally experienced this giant monster not too long before.
And he leaves his son in the car.
Leaves his son in the car. Who dies?
So this is a minus
eaten
point.
by Rawhead Rex.
This is a minus point for the Manchester Morgue podcast. We don't see the kid die.
Yeah, but when he does die,
it's completely off screen to the point where I've only watched this like once before, and when I rewatched it, I'm like, oh, is the kid not dead? Because you didn't see anything.
That's true. I mean, he could have just taken him away.
Could have just taken him, yeah, because there's nothing on camera.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah. Meanwhile, his wife is like, they're not having sex, so there's the whole repressed sexuality element kind of coming out. The thing that annoys me about this film is because it's the stuff they leave in that as part of like Barker's intended text. The stuff they leave in, like the priest getting jizzed on, and his wife kind of. This literally happens in the film. This is a critique of the film, and his wife kind of going on about like, oh, we've not had sex in a while because of the kids, and then there's a whole religious thing about chastity and all that stuff.
Yeah.
The stuff that emerges,
which ironically is another theme of Lair of the White Worm. There's a bit of chastity and stuff in there going on. I recall.
God, just thinking about the Lair of the White Worm.
I'm jumping ahead,
but I don't want to be talking about Rawhead Rex.
Well, I mean, listeners, if you're excited by the prospect of seeing a cock-shaped monster, but we're disappointed with Rawhead Rex, just wait till you get into this next film.
Yeah, it's fascinating to watch Rawhead Rex, knowing that it pissed Barker off so much that he would then go on to make one of the greatest horror films ever made.
Yeah, I mean, it has its place in history for that.
It really does. And like, if you go and watch the interviews which are on the Hellraiser disc, he skirts over Rawhead Rex. He's just like, yeah, they completely misinterpreted my original writing and did their own thing. They tried to make a monster movie when Barker was in fact trying to make a good monster movie, but also make it smart and say something. But this film is kind of 70-80% a shit monster movie, and like the rest of it is just this is a Barker thing after all.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's not a great film. It's a lot of fun. I enjoyed watching it. It's
a lot of fun, and I think it has the. I hate saying so bad it's good, but it has kind of that vibe in that. This really stupid shit happens, like when he's got the main priest towards the end of the film before he kills the possessed copper, kills the other coppers, burns them alive. And he's got the priest above his head, and Rawhead Rex is like 10 foot tall.
Yeah.
And he's outstretched his arms, and the coppers are like, don't shoot him, you might hit the priest. It's like,
it makes no sense.
You're about 2 meters away from him.
Yeah. It's quite poor, isn't it? Essentially what happens is then they find this Sheila Nagig fertility statue, which, in a shocking twist, a woman must wield against Rawhead Rex, which she does.
Yeah.
Very successfully wields it against him with all like 80s blue lightning special effects and all that.
It's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool, yeah. And then he kind of goes all old and grey like in Indiana Jones and Last Crusade.
Yeah.
That evil guy.
Yeah, and that's another annoying thing because they don't do any of the thematic groundwork to get there. So by the end, if you were watching this on the cinema back in the day, and you get to the end and the guy goes, "Oh, it always had to be a woman," you're like, "Why?"
Yeah.
what has led me to believe that?
No, it's stupid, isn't it? And then he kind of withers away, and then there's a jump scare ending where he's not really dead, comes back, and he goes, "Argh," like that.
Yeah.
And it's just as underwhelming as it was for the hour and a half that you just watched.
Also, he's got cross eyes.
He has got cross eyes, hasn't he? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, poor Roy. Maybe that's why he was angry all along.
Yeah. Impotent rage.
Impotent rage. Well, not so impotent.
Not impotent after what we saw him do to the priest.
The opposite of that. Well, I don't really have anything to add about Rawhead Rex. It is a bit of a laugh. But it's very dated, and it wasn't a great film to begin with, to be honest. If you want to look at something with it's Ireland, so it's not Britain, but it's the British Isles, right? So if you want to watch some sort of 80s set, familiar landscape, if you're a British person,
you
could do worse than that. There's some lovely shots and like lovely, nice farmyards and countryside
County
scenery.
Wicklow is a nice place.
Yeah, it's a lovely place. So it's worth it for that.
I think it's interesting that it's interesting when paired against Lair of the White Worm, because Lair of the White Worm, Ken Russell didn't really care about the source material, ripped out just the basic idea and did his own thing, but it's good.
Yeah.
So it's the opposite
Well,
of
let's
Rawhead
move on
Rex.
then. So we'll move on to the Peak District, which is where the white worm lives.
Yes, the Dampton worm.
The Dampton worm, which is
based on the Lambton worm.
So why couldn't... So the Lambton worm being the original folk tale that this monster is based on, which is a tale of a knight who... He finds this serpent, this weird little serpent thing, chucks it down a well, and years later... It's like Alligator, the movie.
Yeah.
Years later, it comes back as a big fuck-off serpent. So the Lord Lambton has to fight it and kill it, and he wears a suit of armour with all spikes on it. Or knife blades.
It looks like Hugh Grant, I imagine.
Well, apparently, yeah. When the serpent thing tries to coil itself around him, it injures itself. So he doesn't really kill it himself. It kills itself in the end. So this Lair of the White Worm was a Bram Stoker story based on that, and this film is based on the Bram Stoker story. So why didn't they just call it the Lambton Worm? Is it the Lambton Worm in the book? Because I haven't read it.
It might be. I don't know if Bram Stoker... So this is based on a posthumously released Bram Stoker novel. Bram Stoker being
it's not a short story, it's an actual novel.
Yeah. Bram Stoker being that demented Irishman that made...
If he wrote something... The vulgar fictions of a demented Irishman. Hey, name the film, win a prize.
He wrote something else that some people have heard of, but I don't really care for. So based on the Lambton Worm, in the film it's called The Dampton Worm, gets its own theme song.
Yep.
Do we know who that band is? I tried to Google who the band was.
No, apparently so I did read that the folk song they sing is actually a real folk song about the Lambton Worm, and they just changed the name in that to the Dampton Worm.
Interesting.
So I don't know why they changed it from Lambton to Dampton, because there can't be copyright infringement on a centuries-old fucking folk tale.
I was going to say, you're not going to get sued by the Worm's lawyers.
Exactly. So who knows why, but they did change it. So, yeah, it's a good cast.
Oh, insane cast.
Yeah.
Right, so this is... I only recently watched this for the first time. I rewatched it for the podcast, but I only recently watched it for the first time less than a year ago.
Oh, wow.
And it's one of them films where I was like, why has none of my friends told me about this film? This film is phenomenal. It's a horror comedy. It's very much a comedy.
Yeah, and even Ken Russell says that. He encourages you to laugh along with it. It's not so bad, it's good. It's
a campy comedy. I mean, as is most of... So Ken Russell is like a master of like surreal, horror, just general mental cinema. Tommy, The Devils, like he's made some absolute classics of like surrealism.
There's a lot of hallucinogenic stuff going on there.
A lot of hallucinogenic stuff. The dream sequence in this is just second to none. So the cast: Hugh Grant, very very early Hugh Grant, pre Four Weddings.
His first horror role, none of that heretic nonsense.
None of this heretic, none of this modern bullshit. Peter Capaldi, Doctor Who himself.
Doctor Who's there, yeah.
Doctor 12th, 13th,
I don't know. I've lost track of that. He's entertainingly plays an archaeologist called Mr. Flint.
Mr. Oh God, I never got it. It's the film that keeps on giving.
Oh man,
the absolutely amazing Amanda Donoghue.
Oh, having the time of her life
as Lady Sylvia. She
quite literally vamping it up, and that's not an understatement.
She's I think she designed all of her own costume. She's loving this role. So, what is it about? There's a big dick in the. So it's about dicks again.
Well, they find a skull. It's like a dragon-shaped skull.
Yeah.
Right, and they think, oh, what's this?
Vyrm.
A Vyrm, like the Wehrmacht. Yes, there's a Vyrm skull. They don't know what it is. Archaeologist Mr. Flint, as in Peter Capaldi, finds this. They're on an archaeological dig on some posho's land in the Peak District.
Yeah.
Hugh Grant being said posho. Yeah, Derbyshire.
Yeah. It's set around Derbyshire, Staffordshire.
Hugh Grant playing absolutely against type as a posh man.
Yeah, against type as a posh, privileged, blue blood knobhead.
Yeah.
Although he's not the villain.
I don't think he's a bad guy in real life either, but he's...
Probably not.
He's just...
he is a conservative.
He's very posh. Is he?
I don't know. He's a...
Maybe he is.
Yeah.
Anyway.
The only time I ever saw Hugh Grant up close, I was like chugging a coffee and having a cig break outside of work.
The only time. Seen him from afar many times.
The GMX in town, they were having a Conservatives conference, and he just walked past. I'm like, hey, it's Hugh Grant, that.
All right, well, there you go. You heard it here first, folks. So Hugh Grant's a lord, and they find the skull on his land, as well as some weird old coins on the site of an old convent.
Yeah, Spanish coins.
Spanish. Are they Spanish coins? Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a good bit of trivia as well. You might already know this one. So, not sort of unrelated. Anthony Shaffer, who wrote The Wicker Man, the screenplay for The Wicker Man,
yes,
wrote an unfilmed sequel to The Wicker Man called The Loathsome Lambton Worm.
Oh shit!
Which never got filmed. In which apparently Howie would be rescued from the Wicker Man at the end of the film and then confront the villagers, and it featured an actual fire-breathing fucking dragon worm thing in it. But it never got filmed.
Why can't we have nice things?
Well, exactly. I don't know why, but isn't that mad? I mean, I'm kind of glad they didn't, because it would have taken all the horror out of the ending of The Wicker Man. It's one of the most iconic, horrifying endings of all time. Can
you imagine going to, ending up in, an alternate universe, like that film Yesterday where the Beatles didn't exist, and, you don't know, and everything's normal, and then you sit down with your significant other, who is an alternate version, and you watch The Wicker Man, and then they just say out of the blue, oh, it's a good job he gets out in the end, though. And you're like, what the fuck?
Wait a minute.
So, okay, yeah. So Peter Capaldi he finds a big skull. He's on the farmland of Hugh Grant's aristocrat, who is a descendant of the
knight lad who killed the Dampton. His surname is Dampton.
Yeah, killed the Dampton worm.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we have Lady Sylvia comes into the picture. She is the lady of a giant manor, and she's she's a vampire snake woman.
Vampire snake woman, yes.
So this is
with fangs and everything.
It's a bit of a vampire film. It's a bit of a monster film. It's snakes.
Yeah, she does some. She spits venom and stuff.
She spits venom at Jesus, no less.
Yeah, at Jesus himself.
Yeah,
and she has venomous bite. But yeah, it does also do that. Vampirism enslave people. A bite can turn you into one of her disciples, kind of thing.
Yeah, so there's the two sisters that Peter Capaldi's staying with.
Yeah,
that their parents went missing. And you find out later in the film that the parents are thralls.
Yes.
And the mother comes at Hugh Grant and he takes a big massive fuck off sword and cuts her in half in slow motion, and it's one of the coolest things you ever see.
Super cool. A big claymore thing.
And then she turns into an Evil Dead zombie.
Yeah, she's half on the floor, wriggling about.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a good scene.
If us just randomly talking about scenes in this film gets you excited in any way, the film is way better.
Yeah, watch the film.
So, yeah, it's folklore again. It's very... The whole film is about sex and sexuality and, so talk about the dream sequence. There's two major dream sequences in the film. Ken Russell's all about the surreal. He's all about the dream logic. And the first one is, I think, one of the sisters is did she touch the Jesus that's been spat on? And she takes the memory?
Yes. So I don't think she spat on the Jesus at that point. I think she spits on it later, but I could be wrong.
But she gets a flashback of this memory, and she gets transported to Roman times where literal
the actual
Jesus,
crucifixion. Yeah,
Jesus is on the cross, and there's nuns, and then a bunch of Roman soldiers come up, rape the nuns, while the snake lady in full snake form is screaming and laughing, and a giant worm is wrapping around Jesus.
Yeah, big white worm.
It's a big white worm.
Hence the name.
Because it's the lair of the white worm.
Yeah.
The layer of the white worm is in all of us, I assume. But so that's one of the dream sequences. Both dream sequences kind of improvised on set this is part of my trivia, by SFX legend Bob Keane, who worked on Nightbreed, Hellraiser, Hardware, Life Force.
I like all of those films.
Absolute legend of SFX. He came up with, he made the big worm at the end. He did the dream sequences. The other dream sequence is probably the best thing Hugh Grant's ever going to be in. He has a sex dream where he goes onto a plane, and there are two air stewardesses wrestling, and he's doing a crossword puzzle. He's holding a pen, and he just makes it an erect penis.
Yep.
This film's great.
It's like James Bond-esque innuendo.
I've got in my notes insane dream sequence 1, insane dream sequence 2, and then the descriptions.
And there's a lot of innuendo, as I say. There's I love Mr. Flint's hole.
Yeah.
Hugh Grant says that about Peter Capaldi's digging. My
favourite, you probably get to it, but my favourite line in the whole film is when she picks up the poor young lad, and she says, "Are you into any kind of banging?" And he says, "I'm quite good on the mouth organ."
Well, that's the whole thing. Because she says, "What do you think of the music?" And he goes, "Oh, I'm not into all that head banging." And then she goes, "Oh, you're into any sort of banging?" I'm quite good on the mouth organ. It's a whole innuendo. We should have had an innuendometer.
We should have,
and like written every single one down, because that would be well funny.
Have you got any more?
No, those are the two I wrote. No, but yeah, it's like carrying up the Peak District a lot of the time. It's so much of it.
And the best thing about that scene with the scout is that she then takes it. I mean, he's obviously an unwilling victim of the snake god.
Yeah.
She takes him home and dressed in the vampiest outfit, black leather PVC stuff. She plays Snakes and Ladders with him.
Yeah, which is a really cool version of Snakes and Ladders, which has the big white worm in the middle of it.
It is, yeah. Oh, it's really good.
Yeah, but she's there with like thigh-high leather boots.
Yeah. And he just looks really bored, and he's like, "I'm hungry."
Yeah.
Scouts.
I know, scouts. Eh?
So it's a really colourful film. I love the production design. I love the cinematography. There's all sorts of kind of like snake motifs everywhere.
Yeah.
The stairs that lead down to the cave in Sylvia's house has like snake scales, and the settings are really good. It's part of the cave sequence is set in Thor's cave.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Thor's cave,
which we've both been to. It's really good.
Yeah. There's a bit where they're eating a local delicacy, which is pickled earthworms. That doesn't look like earthworms when you see Peter Capaldi eating them. It looks like them red stringy sweets. What they're called? Shoelaces.
Yeah, but like with honey on or something.
Yeah.
I forgot. We were talking about dicks, and I forgot about the sacrificial ritual at the end with the giant dildo.
Oh yeah, there's a huge dildo involved. Yep.
Yeah.
And obviously the whole thing's about this massive white worm. So this thing lives in Thor's cave, and it is quite literally a giant worm. Yeah, I mean it's like a worm in terms of like dragon-esque worm, not like an earthworm.
Yeah, Vyrm.
Yeah.
The way that Hugh Grant says it is great.
Yeah. So it's it eats people. They feed it basically. That's what they do. That's what she's for. That's what Lady Sylvia, the vampire snake lady, does. She's a high priestess of this.
Yeah.
Dionin, it's called. And they basically chuck people down the hole in Thor's cave into its gob, and it eats them.
Yeah.
Food of the gods.
Food of the gods. So I found two things out watching this film. One is the mortal enemy of the snake is the mongoose.
Yes. It is.
They literally set a mongoose after one
point. Yeah.
And the other thing is she likes snake chimey music.
Yes. Because he is good on the mouth organ, as it turns out.
He is good on the mouth organ.
He plays
and it kind
of that.
distracts her and she starts dancing. I'm literally dancing now. You can't see me, but I'm dancing.
It's a good thing. But yeah, he plays a bit of mouth organ, a little folk tune. It actually came up on the subtitles as folk music in nondescript, really.
And later they use giant speakers to play pungi, which is the snake charmer music.
Oh right, yeah,
like
sure.
the Indian. Horn.
Yeah. I know the sound. I can hear it in my ears.
And she comes.
My mind's ear.
Mind's ear. Yeah. So they play the pungi, and then she comes like kind of slithering out of a basket.
Yeah. She does out of a literal basket.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah, that's like Temple of Doom levels of. Not sure about that these days.
I love how she bamboozles them at the end by putting earplugs in.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's all you need. All the technology you need.
You dumbasses.
You idiots. Think I wouldn't get around that. It's better than like Magneto's helmet, isn't it?
Yeah. Why did he go through all that trouble to make it
just put
expensive helmet? Yeah. The other, I'm just scrolling through, and the only other bit of trivia that I've got for this film is that the director of photography is called Dick Bush.
Dick Bush.
So of all the things about this film,
wow.
Do you think Ken Russell kind of hired him especially?
Yeah, no previous experience.
I wonder if
some guy, hey, what's your name, kid? Dick Bush.
Dick Bush.
You're hired.
I wonder
Did Ken Russell talk like that? Probably not. He's British.
He's in the film.
Is he?
He's when the copper's talking on the radio to the other copper, and he's like, "Oh, just having my tea."
Oh yeah, is that Ken Russell?
Yeah.
So he doesn't sound anything like that New Yorker that I just made him out to be.
No, he sounds like a Benny Hill-esque Englishman.
Oh, he did. Yeah. Does he don't burp or something at the end of it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good scene. That copper he's talking to is he was in loads of stuff in the 80s. I forget his name.
Yeah.
But he was all over the show.
British.
He also turns into a vampire man and does a bit of snake charmy dancing.
He gets earlier on in the film, he gets his leg sucked by Lady Sylvia.
She sucks out the venom in their true. Does that even work in real life?
I don't know, but they do it a lot in that film. Peter Capaldi sucks the venom.
They did it all throughout my childhood. Every time there was a snake bite in a film, I'm sure they did it in James Bond at some point.
Yeah,
it's the kind of thing you would see on a Saturday afternoon children's adventure serial.
It feels plausible.
Bit by a snake. sucking out.
I'd probably end up fucking swallowing it by
Yeah, well,
mistake.
that's the bloody danger, isn't it? What if you just like hiccup or something or cough and then that's you dead then, isn't it? Because you've ingested it directly. Surely that's got to be worse than it going in your leg.
Yeah, it's like siphoning petrol. You know, you see people in movies siphoning petrol.
Yeah.
And you're like, what if you just kind of inhale?
Yeah, exactly. And the petrol fumes and that fuck you up anyway. You won't even have to inhale very hard for that to go badly wrong. So, think on.
I once drank like a bottle of Lambrini through a hose and it comes down,
Jesus,
comes through so fast.
What the hell did you do that for?
A hose and a funnel, I don't know. I was young once.
In those heady days. Drinking
Yeah.
Lambrini down a fucking hose. Wow. So there you go, yeah.
Yeah, the Rawhead Rex and Lair the White Worm. I'm slowly scrolling up and down my notes and I just see dick, bush, cock.
We've had a lot of cocks, Ken.
Strap-ons.
Yeah.
It's what the films are about. You can't lie to your listeners.
No, listen, guys, we're not making it up. There's a lot of penile stuff going on in these two films.
Yeah. I had a bit of trivia for Rawhead Rex. There was a 90s comic adaptation which apparently preserves Barker's subtext and themes.
Now then, I've just remembered this. There was a comic of Rawhead Rex versus it was either Hellraiser or Nightbreed.
Oh, cool.
Might be Hellraiser because there's Nightbreed versus Hellraiser comics called Jihad, which I've read.
Jihad,
yeah, because it's a holy war against each other.
controversial.
Well, I think a jihad's just a holy war, isn't it?
Okay.
So, yeah, it's but there's another one, Rawhead Rex versus Nightbreed or Hellraiser. I forget which it is. I keep meaning to look it up and buy it, but that's out there.
Yeah, I like those old movie adaptations. No
weird crossovers as well.
There's a lot of Evil Dead ones as well.
Yeah,
there's a lot of Ash versus.
Oh yeah, hell of them. Loads of fun. Anyway, we'll leave it there, I guess, if there's anything else to say. I don't think I've got anything else other than hope you can rate the show for us. That would be very helpful. And we'll be back in a couple of weeks.
We should have put maybe like a age restriction on the beginning of this one.
Right, if you're under 18 and you've listened to this...
We can't say the end.
Just forget everything you've just listened to for the last 45 minutes, okay?
Just hit yourself on the head with something really heavy.
Anyway, we'll be back in 2 short weeks. Stay tuned. Thanks for listening. Take care. Bye-bye.
Live from Manchester Morgue is an independent horror movie podcast, researched, written, produced and hosted by Gary Hames and Ken Talbot. New episodes air every 2 weeks on Spotify, Apple, YouTube and all major podcast providers. You can help us grow by leaving a rating or sharing the show with like-minded friends. If you want to get in touch, you can leave us a comment or email us at killertunes976@gmail.com.